been 1 week since San Francisco's Great Highway was closed down to make way for a park. The closure has been controversial since its proposal. So we sent KTVU's Christian Captain to the Sunset District to see how people on both sides of the issue are feeling about the change.
The signs are clear that the southern portion of the Great Highway running along San Francisco's west side is now closed. While the closure was controversial, supporters and opponents of plans to transform the four-lane highway into a park are now debating how it's impacting traffic. On the Nextdoor app, some neighbors are complaining, saying that traffic that should be on the Great Highway is instead speeding down residential streets. Joe Baker lives just off the Great Highway.
I lived on La Playa since February of 1992.
He says the impact of closing the Great Highway has been clear.
That traffic now being diverted down La Playa Street and down Lower Great Highway, those cars are running right through those stop signs. Those cars are not slowing down for the speed bumps.
Supporters of the park say they have data backing up their position that traffic has settled into a similar flow that we saw before the pandemic, and highlighted posts they gathered saying that the traffic nightmare that some had predicted never materialized. Catherine Unertl lives on 45th Avenue, just a few blocks from the Great Highway, and said she's seen a modest increase in traffic.
I think during rush hour times, there's a little bit more traffic that normally would be on the highway, but most of the day it feels just like it did a week ago.
Commuters are learning to navigate the closure of the Great Highway. We watched as vehicles traveling northbound turned onto Sloat, then made a U-turn to head north on the Lower Great Highway and 48th Avenue, which run parallel to the Great Highway. Refugio Haro said before it closed, the Great Highway was his preferred route to get to work.
With the Great Highway, you still have to go 35 miles an hour to get from one end to another. It was a beautiful drive.
He takes that detour up 48th Avenue and says it has added a few minutes to his drive, but says overall it hasn't made a major impact on his morning commute.
It's a little slower because there's a lot of cars trying to figure out which way to go.
We understand the Great Highway closed just a week ago and that people are still learning how to navigate around this new closure. That's one of the reasons why we will be revisiting this story in the weeks to come to see how traffic develops. In San Francisco, Christian Captain, KTVU, Fox 2 News.